many celebrities have to go into the dress phase of their life. And soon after the dress phase, fame. A couple of months ago, we talked to you about an individual by the name of Deion Sanders, who came forward confessing faith in God because of all the things he's been through. He said he's been a believer, follower of God, praising him for a long time now. Even goes back to the days as a baseball player. His words, not mine.
It was something missing inside, man. It wasn't fulfilling as I thought it was. I had to just come to the Lord with my hands up, say, God, I can't do it anymore. You got me. I give up.
Well, recently, something came to the forefront. I don't know how these things pop up, but you know, what happens usually will pop up. That's what it works like. And when you see it, maybe you can ask Deion the question of where was his faith when this was going on. That'd be a really good question for him, because I don't think he's ever said that was a mistake or he should never have done that. Usually that happens when your faith comes head to head with your sin. You know, that happens where you say, oh man, I should have never done that. That usually comes forward, but I don't think he's ever. So take a look and tell me what you think of, you know what? Watch. Now that was in 2015-ish. Okay. So, but it was long after his career was over, and also after his baseball career was over, when he said that he gave his life to God and he was really all for God and all that stuff. So my question for Deion is this. Did you just jump out of God's bosom for that event? And the other question is, did it yield you what you thought it would yield you? And then you attributed that to God? Because it seems now that once that was done, all of a sudden you came back into the good graces of everyone, and the limelight hit you again, and everyone was talking about Prime, and then contracts started coming in from colleges, and then you landed that big whopper. You remember with Colorado? You know how all that happened? I'm sure that was God, right? The question though still remains of, was that particular thing a humiliation ritual for you? Because we've seen many celebrities have to go into the dress phase of their life, and soon after the dress phase, fame. I mean, I know you had fame before, no doubt you had fame before. You're a really good cornerback and a really good punt returner, and I mean, overall, fairly good wide receiver and fairly good baseball player. But you've been on the tail end of your life for a while now, and no one's really talking about you as that. You are still prime, yeah, but you had to get some sort of a boost to come back. Was that dance thing the key in? Did you have to give up your manhood to do that? And in so doing, just put your faith on the back shelf for a quick second so you could get some in with the people that, you know, in the power phase, and so you can get this next few contracts in? Or was it really that you found a brand new lease on life in your baseball days, and then it was a mishap that you wore the dress and danced and lifted up the front of your skirt for the audience to see? We have questions, is what we're trying to say. We have massive questions, Deion. Now, here's why we can speak like this. And I know there are going to be those in the comment section saying, don't judge. You shouldn't be judging. Don't be judging. Too bad. We're going to be doing a lot of judging in the next 4 minutes. So buckle up, Buttercup. When you say that you have always given praise to God, that comes with a certain expression of said faith. And that video does not seem to lend credence to your claim that you are what you call reformed. Oddly enough, though, right after that video, you came back to your full prime form. Do you attribute that to God or the dress? Because if we watch track record of multiple people in your field of work, I mean entertainment, when they do stuff like that and they come back big and bold, they come back with this renewed vigor, and all of a sudden everyone talks about them, but it always seems to be after an event of the kind that you've done. We know we've heard you talk a lot about God lately, and we're not saying you shouldn't. You should always talk about God. That's a very good thing. The real question is which God you're talking about, because we got a split here in the two things. One, dressed like a female, lifting your skirt while saying that you're a full-on believer, and the two they don't cross, they don't mix, Deion. So for those of you watching, tell me whether or not we're judging or deciphering, because if you're going to put this in front of me and tell me this is a Christian, should I believe it? I'm not saying that those of us that speak on this have a clean past. We don't. In fact, we've talked about our unclean past. And what we aim to try and do is to leave it exactly there, the past, right? But when you say, this is what you say now, Deion, that you have been reformed since your baseball days. And then long after your baseball days, you come forward with this video. And right after that video, some other things took place that brought you back into the limelight of the social sphere. We got to start questioning whether or not you actually took hold of what faith you thought you did. Because none of the things you've done seem to suggest it. You seem to be chasing money and fame. And again, that's good for you, do that. But please don't put that as God giving it to you. I know a lot of these athletes and these stars say, I thank, every time they get an award, I thank the Lord for doing this for me. Meanwhile, all their songs talking about twerking and gyrating on a dude and doing all kind of lascivious acts and sex this and sex that and gun this and shooting this man and killing that one. But I thank God for this award, man. He gave me so much. I thank the Jesus Christ, hallelujah, and all that stuff when they get their award. I think what they mean to say is, I thank Baphomet and I thank Satan for all the things he's given me because I sold my soul to him when I was 5 years. That's what you mean to say. So, Deion, would you at least be honest about something? If God, the God, is the one you say you serve, can you at least acknowledge the fact that that particular video we just saw was inappropriate and it was something that you wish you could undo and take back, and it was just wrong on every level? I think if you did that, that would at least prove to us that what that was a misstep or a lack of judgment or a period of time where you were in a dark spot. Otherwise, we just have to assume the other, which is what? You were paid to do it. And you are promised a certain ending if you did. And right now, from what we can see, all we can tell is that you sold out, which is unfortunate because you have quite the influence. So tell you what, now you don't have to, I'm not saying this is something that you have to do. We just would like some confirmation of some sort. Was this a mistake? Or did you actually sell your soul for money?